今日はちょっと先日出したポッドキャストの内容、私が、息子のね、ちょっと病院からの請求を支払おうとして、電話でいろいろあった疲れたって話なんですけど、この話の内容をちょっとね、英語で話してみようかなって。ちょっといつもとは違う試みなんですけど、英語にね、全然興味がないっていう方は、本当スキップしてもらって、全然大丈夫です。実験的な回なので、気軽に聞いてもらえたら嬉しいです。So I tried to do something very simple the other day. Pay a hospital bill. That's it. Not drama. Just click, pay, move on with life. But somehow, it turned out a full-blown system lesson about modern America. So I get the bill from the hospital, open the app, and I think, perfect. I'll just pay this quickly. Error. Of course, that's already step one of the American healthcare experience. Still fine. I stay optimistic. I go into the chat support, I type billing question, and I get one of those AI bots. You know that kind. They act like they understand you emotionally, but nothing actually happens. So I say, I want to talk with the real human beings. Connect me to an agent. And it replies, currently unavailable. Unavailable for hospital billing system. That already felt like a red flag. Even though I don't like calling customer support in America because it takes forever, but I called in the real phone call. First person answer, very polite, and she says, I cannot process payments. Okay, fair, you're not the payment person. So I ask, then who is? She transfer me. Second person, also very polite, also very clear about what they cannot do and what was the error. Why I cannot pay my bill through my app. But she said, I cannot fix the system issue. And at this point, I'm starting to notice a pattern. Everyone is extremely professional and completely unavailable to solve the actual problem. Third goal, different department again, same story. Every time I talk with a person, I tell all the story I told in the previous conversation. I feel like I'm wasting time. But there's nothing I can do. And if I don't explain well, they will be mad. So I did it. But she's told me, Miss, I handle patient data, not billing. Great. And I remember thinking, so the billing exists, the data exists, the system exists, but no human exists in the system where these things actually connect. And that's why when it hit me, people always say America is a land of efficiency. But I don't think that's accurate. Everybody tries to optimize everything, but it doesn't work. Everybody is incredibly good at their specific jobs. Billing people do billing. Data people do data. Support people do support. Everything is specialized, clean, defined. But the system assumes that someone else is responsible for connecting the dots. And sometimes no one is. So you end up in the strange situation where every individual interaction is efficient, but the overall experience is completely inefficient. You know what I mean? If you ever been to America, the immigration system, right after you get off the airplane, that takes forever unless you have global entry or whatever. The funny thing is, no one is actually doing anything wrong. Everyone is polite. Everyone is trained. Everybody is doing their job. And yet nothing moves. That might be the most frustrating kind of system there is. In contrast, I start thinking about Japan. It's almost the opposite structure. Less rigid boundaries. More like, let me check this for you energy. They're super kind and nice. Even if it's technically not their job. which can be inefficient in its own way, but at least things tend to move forward and get things resolved. So what do we have? True extremes. US, perfect specialization, weak coordination. Japan, strong coordination, less legit specialization. And honestly, the answer probably isn't choosing one. Probably it's somewhere in between. A system where roles are clear, but someone still owns the outcome. Someone who says, okay, I'll figure out how to get this solved. Because at the end of the day, I didn't need 5 departments. I just needed one person who could say, let me take care of this. And the irony is, this whole reflection came from a hospital bill. I just wanted to pay it. Instead, I got a masterclass in organizational design. So yes, I paid the bill in the end. But I also learned something else. Efficiency is not about how fast each person works. It's about whether the problem actually gets solved. And in that moment, I realized America is very good at dividing responsibility, but not always very good at completing it. But that's my life. I love living in America. I'm the one who decided to move to this land, and I'm very happy with my family. But sometimes dealing with this kind of shit make me frustrate a lot. Thank you for listening. どうでしょうか？こんな感じでたまに変化球を投げてみるのも飽きが来なくていいかなって思ってやってみたんですけど、もう本当にマジ英語とかどうでもいいからとか、私もネイティブじゃないんでね、完璧じゃないんですけど、それでも、こんな感じでたまに私車の中で AI と喋ったりとか、その英語の練習でねしてるんで、こんな感じだよみたいな感じで今日はお試しでやってみました。最後まで聞いてくださった方、本当にいつもありがとうございます。それでは良い一日を。Thank you guys. Have a nice day.